Hey y'all, so welcome back. I am 31 weeks and 2 days today, so I wanted to do an update. I've done a couple of other videos on my actual camera, but something's going on with my computer where it will randomly shut off while I'm using it. So for now, I figured I would just use my phone and film on it for now until I can figure out my computer situation. Because it's been a hot minute. I think the last time I did an update was 23 or 24 weeks whenever we found out with everything going on with our son. And I just wanted to do an update because yesterday we met with the surgeons for the cleft and for his intestines. First, I will say that as a normal update, nothing's really changed much. He's moving around a lot more. I started craving a lot of spicy stuff and sweet. So like one minute I want something totally sweet and the next minute I want something spicy. So that's been the cravings. But other than that, no big updates with symptoms. I'm kind of losing my energy from the second trimester. What do they call that? Where you get like the surge of energy in the second trimester. I'm losing that. But anyways, so yesterday we met with the surgeons. We first met with the cleft surgeon. He pretty much told us kind of what to expect. He said there's not really much of a game plan right now because we don't know the extent of everything. We don't know if the palate is involved as well as the lip. So right now it's kind of up in the air. We definitely know he has cleft lip, so it's unilateral. And so he said at 6 months will be the typical time that we do surgery for that. And then if palate's involved, we will then do palate surgery at a year. And then he pretty much said like anything from there, like some people only take 1 or 2 surgeries. Some may take surgeries all the way up until they're in their teen years. It just depends on how bad the cleft is really. He also told us about some specialty bottles that we need to order. We do have the Dr. Brown's, but they're not the specialty bottles, so I need to order that. And also look into the other ones that he was talking about. I'm trying to think. Oh, and another thing he said was that with having one child with a cleft, which the statistics that I think I said in the last video were wrong compared to what he told us yesterday. So it's 1 in 700 children have some form of cleft that's born. He said that since we have one that has cleft, our next child, there's like a more of a chance that they'll have it, but not like a definite chance. I can't remember. I think he said 1 in 4 chance that the second child will have it. So that's good to know. Good information, but I don't know what to do with it other than just take it all in. But yeah, so with the cleft, we don't really have a game plan because we don't know the extent of everything. We just know that his first surgery will be around 6 months. And then we went and met with the intestinal surgeon, and I'm a little nervous about that. To be completely honest, it did not ease my mind at all. It actually gave me more concern because he said basically what's going to happen is I'm going to have him. They're going to assess him pretty much right away, figure out what kind of blockage it is, because they can tell there's a blockage, they just can't see the extent of it and what kind it is. So certain blockages aren't as worrisome as others. There's one that I'm totally freaked out about. He said that it's not likely that it's this one, but they have to rule everything out. So he said that there's like the duodenal atresia, or however you say it, where it's just like a small blockage after the stomach, like when it's going into the small intestines. And then there's one that I can't remember the name of it, but basically where the bowels are twisted and it's life-threatening, very like emergency surgery. He pretty much said if that's the case, we would get him stable enough and go directly into surgery. And if it's the other kind, like just a small blockage, then they could stabilize him and wait a day or two before they do surgery. So then I was like, okay, well, if you wait a day or two, how is he supposed to eat? And he said that he will pretty much be fed through a PICC line. Even no matter what kind of blockage it is, he's going to be in the NICU with like a PICC line, and that's how he will be fed until after surgery. And even after surgery, they're not going to go straight into feeding right away. He will be in the NICU for at least a month. Could be a little less, could be longer. Just depends on the situation, I guess. It's a lot to take in, and I'm scared to death. Like, I knew all this information, but certain things that was said yesterday, like the bowels being twisted, if that's the case, which we don't know that that's the case, but if that's the case, that's life-threatening. And those, just hearing those words, like, it's hard to take in. And on the way home, like, I just cried because I was like, I don't know how am I supposed to feel? Like, I feel like fear isn't an option because I have to be strong for my child when he gets here, but I'm so scared. And especially just knowing that he's going to be in the NICU for however long, and I'm not going to be able to bring him home. It's so scary. But that's kind of the big update. And like, I'm doing these videos for myself to look back on. I'm doing it for other people that may be going through it. I don't mean to cry, but it's just so hard. But like I said in my other video, this is our journey. I have a hair in my mouth. This is my journey, our journey. And it's just the journey that we were given. And we'll deal with it day by day. So, yeah, I'm 31 weeks and 2 days. Today, sorry. And next week I do get to go see him on ultrasound. So I'm excited about that. I love whenever I have ultrasounds just to be able to see him. And yeah, so, okay, sorry, I had to collect my thoughts for a second, but anyways, so next week I have an ultrasound, just to kind of check up on everything. They're having to keep a close eye because of the intestines to make sure. Because last time I had an ultrasound, my amniotic fluid was a little bit, like slightly high, but not in the danger zone. So they have to keep an eye on that. And yeah, I think that's like pretty much all the updates. I know in a few weeks I do have to meet with a anesthesiologist because I have steel rods in my back. So they're having to kind of figure out a birth plan if I'm not, to see if I'm able to get an epidural, because they're not sure right now. So they have to check with anesthesiologists to see how they feel like they're going to assess me for the epidural. And then this weekend I have my baby shower. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to try to video some of it and then also do a haul of everything I get, and I will post that. That will be probably the next video. And and then I'm just trying to think. I will do more updates. If the reason I don't do like a ton of updates is because there's not a ton of updates. Like, my symptoms really haven't changed all that much. I don't see the doctors like enough to have like significant updates each week or anything. I mean, I do see the doctors pretty much every week to 2 weeks, but it's not always like a huge update. So I think one thing I did forget to mention with the surgeries, with him being born and being assessed, I've had an echocardiogram, but they're going to have to do another one when he's born to completely rule out heart stuff. I think of it, heart disease. I can't think. They're going to have to do another one to rule that out, to make sure that surgery is safe and to determine when they can do surgery if anything is wrong with his heart. So as of right now, they haven't seen anything with his heart, but they want to be safe whenever he's born and double check, which obviously that's what they need to do. So that's the 31-week update. And yeah, if you will like and subscribe, my Instagram is below. If anyone would like to message me if you have any questions or if you're going through the same thing, please message me on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.